And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. How are you all doing today? Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is our Tip Tuesday. And you know what that means. Today is going to be our photography tip day. We're going to talk about some news, headlines, all that good stuff. P. Diddy was arrested yesterday. We'll talk about that. And a couple other items that are on the docket in the news. However, we are going to talk today about mastering leading lines in photography. So, what I say, get your pens and paper. Get your pens and papers, get your pens and get your tablets, get your whatever you need to do to write down all the information. We will be talking mastering leading lines in photography. Yes, in the next half of this show. Okay, so we are here, we are in place, and I see there are some cool people in the room. I see there's some cool people in the room. The gold goes to Chris R. Chris, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. And let's see here. Also, in the silver, we have a Grand Rising Ron and everyone. And in third place with the bronze is our wonderful Jazzy. Jazzy says, good morning to all. And then we have the wonderful Omar. Oh, wait, where did he go? Where did Omar go? There he is. Omar. Welcome, Omar. I have some items of yours that you left behind. Anyway, just wanted to let you know since you're here. And the birthday girl is in the building. It is Miss G.R. Houston Jack. Today is her birthday, y'all. Give her some love. Give her some attention. She is the wonderful, well, she put it out there so I can say it. 49. She's on the edge of 50, y'all. She's on the edge. Anyway, happy birthday, my dear work wife. Love you, love you, love you. Can I say it again? Love you. And you are an amazing, as I've sent on your LinkedIn, you are an amazing wingman. I know wingman is a term, you're a woman, but you are amazing wingman. And I could not be who I am today without my wonderful Gwendolyn. She is part of the ingredients that makes me who I am. Thank you, my work wife. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. You are amazing. And it's so good to celebrate you on your birthday. I am so proud of you and the light that you bring to the world. Yes, indeed. Okay. Moving right along, I see Bryson's in the building. And you know, Bryson never just says hello. He has, let me get this in here. There we go. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, RLP fam? What's up, CQ fam? It's National Voter Day. And last night, Diddy got arrested. They got him. Well, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens when it comes to Diddy. And we don't know what the charges are. We just know that he's been arraigned, or he's going to be arraigned this morning. So we'll see what happens there. But he has been arrested. Mr. P. Diddy. We knew it was coming. The FBI does not come into your home and all your different places where you live, take your phones, take your computers, if they don't have probable cause for the most part. Anyway, just saying. We don't know the story, but we will be waiting, but I could only imagine. So we'll talk about that a little bit and just see what you guys are thinking about this Diddy situation and what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen? And David Moscato is in the building. Good morning, all, he says. And I see here, G is saying, thank you, sir. And she says, love you too, Ron. Oh, I'll get the hankies going. And I see all the love she says to everybody else. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Kimmy Kim is in the building. Good morning, Miss Kimmy Kim. She's in the building. So good to see her. And also, let's see. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kimmy got the information. Sex trafficking and racketeering. Yes, racketeering. And so, yeah, we'll be stay tuned, right? Staying tuned to what happens to P. Diddy. Also, let's see what's going on Instagram. I'm curious. Who's out there? Who's out there in the Instagram world? Let me see. Okay, there's no one out there. It's quiet. It's quiet in Instagram. Where are you? So, at least right now it's quiet. They usually pop in and then pop here. So a lot of you come in through Instagram. You'll see the Instagram alert and then you get on and then you pop on. Okay, I see here Kelly A says, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy birthday, GR Houston Jack. Beautiful IG post. Indeed. Y'all, did y'all see Gwendolyn do her post? Can I show y'all? She's trying to show off. She's trying to show off who she is. Let me go there. I just gotta go there. Now that I have all controls, my controls are working. Here we go. Let's see. And it just automatically pops up. There she is. So she's trying to show off. She's trying to show off a glam. I like that. I was very I like these this pearl turtleneck kind of thing going on. Do you know I saw someone with this at some award? I was somewhere and I saw someone with this. Oh, I was at the D Nice event and a woman has something similar. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Never seen anything like it. And then here we go. Gwendolyn with all her great taste. Look at that. Look at that. There she is. There she is, Miss Gwendolyn. So happy birthday. I can never say it enough. Okay, I'm going to remove that. Okay, she doesn't like all this attention. Nope, lies. She does. She loves attention. Okay, Mimi Hinton is in the building. She says, good morning, Ron and RLP family. Yes. How are you? How are you? She says the message is the main event thought. Oh, okay. So, what's going on today in the world? First of all, we cannot start the day without being in the news. So we are in the news right now. In the news. First of all, I feel some kind of way about the people in Springfield, Ohio. I just feel so sorry for those folks. I mean, you think about, they have had bomb threats 3 days in a row. Kids have not been able to go to school. City Hall has been, what do you want to say, in and out, bomb threats. Bomb threats are not only coming from places here in the States, but there have been bomb threats coming from overseas. And then yet these two freaking, okay, I'm just going to have to name call. I'm going to have to do a name call. These two freaking idiots, J.D. Vance and that orange man, that orange clown, are doubling down, even though these people are being persecuted. Some of them are afraid. This weekend, for those that don't know, they had the KKK and the what are they called? The something boys. I forgot who they are. They were marching on the streets of Springfield. Meanwhile, again, as we keep saying over and over, it's the Haitians that brought new life into Springfield, Ohio. Jobs. The jobs that the people in Springfield did not want to do, the Haitians are doing. The Haitian people. And then what's scary is that all Black people are afraid, because guess what? How do you tell a Haitian from another Black person? Because at the end of the day, we're all Black and we're all African Americans, or we're all African Haitians or African whatever. It's sad. It's so sad, the state of affairs in this country because of Trump. And for all those people that keep saying they are on they don't know who to vote for. I am just, and every time I see people of color, poor people say that phrase, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. It's just shocking. The consciousness of America, some of the folks in America, it's just crazy. It's crazy. But think about that in Springfield. And then on top of that, Mr. J.D. Vance is their senator. He is their senator. He is their representation. And he's attacking his own people. Come on, y'all. This is not a, I mean, I don't get it. I don't see how anyone can vote for. I cannot see how people can vote for this. And every time someone tells me they can vote for these two idiots or vote for Trump or this ticket, it automatically puts you in a category in my head that probably will never be able to bring you out of. It's just unbelievable that you can be a moral standing citizen and vote for these two morons. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Who's suffering? They don't even care that the kids of that town, city, are suffering. They can't go to school. Parents are afraid to have their kids walk the streets. It's crazy. But yet there are people in this country that are saying, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I don't know who's better for the country. It's crazy. It's insane. The insanity is beyond belief. The insanity. And I tell you that writer of that book, everything that Trump touches dies. He is the most destructive being in politics we've had in probably a century, maybe even more. He may be the worst. I see Kimmy says they will always use, they will always use minorities as a problem. Hitler did it. All dictators do it. They find someone in society to make them the scapegoat. It is the mark of a dictator. It is the mark of an autocrat. It is the mark of someone that does not see democracy. They will always use minorities as a problem. They will use minorities. They will use poor people. They will use anything that can get traction. And that all the insane folks that follow them will get on board. Again, Germany was not taken over by the majority when Hitler came around. And most dictatorships, most dictators do not come into power because of the majority. It is the minority that manipulate the system and then take control. They use laws against the people. And the laws that don't exist, they create to destroy the majority. Read, folks. Please read history. Read history. Go back to the 1930s, 1930, 31, 32, and look at the rise of Hitler. You can just go on PBS. PBS has Some documentaries. You can go on Hulu. There's a whole thing on the rise of Hitler. You can go on all of these platforms. Really, Netflix has a nice lineup and documentaries on autocrats and dictators. Educate yourself. If you don't understand what dictators do, educate yourself. Madame Albright, before she passed away, she said, we have a fascist. We have a fascist in Trump, and he's dangerous. I just feel so sorry for the people of Springfield. So sorry. I see here, Rosemary says, the clown doesn't deserve a single extra penny spent on more security. I agree with you, Rosemary. He created the environment that is out there. Tom says, Columbus Dispatch from Page said Vance has embarrassed Ohio with his racist and ridiculous claims. Hey, Tommy Tom, so good to see you. Jazzy says, J.D. Vance is a disgrace. Truly, Yale law should send him a cease and desist for using its name. Hey, Fifi. Fifi, good morning. She says, happy Tuesday, Ryan. Good morning, fam. And Elise is in the building. She says, good morning, Ron. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Okay, good job. Good job. David, where's the little thing here? There we go. David Mascaro says, Wallace. Yes, we remember the years of Wallace, right? The first Trump, Wallace. And again, they keep raising their heads. They keep trying to raise their heads over the arc of history in America. You look at the timeline and you see there's always someone trying to raise their head and break through. Yeah. Wallace, the McCarthy era. Yeah. Read, guys, read. And read and share. And again, share. I know we have some loved ones that are on the Trump bandwagon and we can't figure out why. But some of them, if you give them facts, they could be persuaded by truth. It is our job to continue to share truth with people that we love that are on this Trump bandwagon. I don't know how anyone can morally be fit and be on that wagon, but there are people that are on the wagon for whatever reason they are. Some are just pure greed. Some people are just there because of money. They know he's the worst human being, but they just want their tax breaks, even though they're not rich and they're not going to get them. They think in their heads they're going to get a tax break. They're not rich enough to get a tax break. Okay, he's only giving tax break to the ultra rich. Hey, Derek, D Tuggle is in the building. D Tuggle is in the building. Okay, so guys, what do you guys think about P. Diddy? I am curious. What are you guys thinking about the whole P. Diddy thing? Is that going to take traction, or is that going to, what do you think is going to happen there? I'm curious. I want to hear from you. What do you think? I'm not into the P. Diddy's, that's just not my thing. I mean, I like some of the music. I love some of the creations and some of the what we call collaborations that were made over the years musically. But I'm not a P. Diddy fan. There are people that are fans that, want to see what he's doing, want to know what he's doing. They run after. Are any of you P. Diddy fans? This is a safe space. No one's going to judge you. So, but yeah, I've just never been a P. Diddy, like chase after fan. I'm not that way with many people. And there's only a couple of famous people that I would like, oh my gosh, if I met them. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about P. Diddy? I am curious. I am curious. No thoughts? No thoughts? Oh, look, Chris says she's with me. Never have been a fan. Never have been a fan. Any of you guys? What do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen today? What do you think is going to happen? I know one thing. A lot of folks went online immediately. Their platforms lit up. They were like, people online last night, like wanted to do their breaking story. But unfortunately, there's no real breaking story if you don't know what the charges are. Right? You don't know what the charges are. We don't know until they open up the charges against them. And Rosemary says, I've never been a fan either. Tom says, I know he's got legal troubles. Haven't really ever followed him. So there you go. So this community is not really a P. Diddy community. This always proves the fact of birds of a feather flock together. And a lot of us are not like it into it that way. Jazzy says, she said they just unsealed the documents moments ago. Oh, okay. Jazzy, keep us posted. Elise says they posted the charges. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the videotape. You know how that goes. And you know the beauty of Google. The Google arrested, maintain indictment, Sean Combs charged with racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, ABC. Okay. So looks like, and we can look at it together. Hold on a second. Yeah, it looks like, well, we can move away from her. Okay, there we go. So it's like it says, influence the Combs 54 relied on employees' resources, influences the business empire to create criminal enterprise who members and associates engaged in and attempted engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, the indictment said. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Yep. Wow. Arson. I wonder what that's about. Kidnapping, arson, bribery. Sounds intense. Okay. Look at that. Well, that's what happens when again, innocent until proven guilty. So there you have it. So those are the indictment charges. There we go. Thank you, Jazzy. Jazzy has it here: sex trafficking, racketeering, forced labor, also the arson and all that other stuff that was there. Bryson says, it's end of an era. Somebody gonna replace him. I don't even think he's relevant. I mean, that sounds bad, but I don't think he is as relevant as he used to be in music. I mean, I think how many young people listen to P. Diddy? You know, our generation knows him, but do your kids really listen to P. Diddy? I don't think so. Says here, Jay Mascara says they showed an aerial view of his house in Florida about the same size as Trump's. Yeah, they all have the big houses. Yeah. Rosemary says they will drag it out until they take all his money. And speak to text just killed me. I don't know what that means. If he explain that one. Rosemary says he allowed himself to get roped in. Ego. It's always the ego. It's always the ego. Tom says, wow, sounds terrible. Yeah, that does sound terrible. Gwenda says, eh, yeah, he couldn't have been a true hero for humanity. Again, the ego. Just in he facing more trouble. These young, oops, sorry. Gwendolyn says these young folks don't even know who Wu-Tang is. They ain't thinking about P Diddy. Exactly. It's young folks today have moved on. They don't even. Shoot, I don't even know what's going on in music. The only time I know what's going on is if I happen to look at the Grammys and say, "Oh, that's an interesting artist." I don't know these people. The only one I know is Taylor Swift. That mainstream. She's the only probably mainstream person I know. Taylor Swift. I'm not a Swiftie, but I do like Swiftie songs. Let's see here. His catalog is 20 years long. Yeah, it is 20 years long. But guess what? He came out roughly 40 years ago, right? Is it 40 years ago? No, he's been around. P. Diddy came around tonight. No, because I was a teenager when we started to know about Biggie and Pete and all of them. So yeah, it's 20 years long, but then 20 years outdated in a lot of cases. Wow. Did I just say that? Sorry. Sorry about that. But his California home recently went on market, guessing he knew it was coming soon. Jazzy says, I feel bad for the women and children who endured the horrible things, and I really feel for his twins. That's it. And Mimi says, young folks are discovering the classics. I hear that. And Kimmy says, he was out and about on the streets of New York right before getting arrested. Videos on IG. Okay, so that's enough on P. Diddy. Okay, what time is it? Is it time? Yep, it's almost time for class. It is time for class. Guess what we're going to talk about today? We're going to talk about mastering leading lines in photography. And guys, this is going to be a class participation day. So make sure that you put a Q and ask questions. We're going to have pictures that we're going to go through. I'm going to have you do answers and questions and all that good stuff. So we're going to talk about mastering leading lines in photography, which is a main ingredient for one of the compositions. There are many compositions in photography. Many compositions in photography. But before we go there, I just want to also bring attention to, let me get there, to our sponsors. Well, we have a couple of them, but I'm just going to put those up. We have a couple. So here we go. These are our sponsors. Thank you, sponsors, for sponsoring this, our show and what we do here. And if you want to become a sponsor, head to my Patreon page. It will give you where you can go to become a Patreon member and be a sponsor at the same time. So make sure you do that. And then also, for those out there, Photograph Your World, I do visual basic photography one-on-one. And that means, let me get that in the news banner off the screen here. Let me get that away. And I teach students virtually. So you could be anywhere in the country or in the world, and we can do class. And we can go through how to work your camera and all the steps and all the instructions of photography. So let me know, and we can help you there too. Okay, let me get rid of that banner, and now we're ready. We are ready for class. Welcome to Mastering Leading Lines in Photography. Again, one of the major compositions in photography that will help you make better pictures. Did you notice I said the word make, or should I use the other word, create? Create photography. It is important to know your composition rules. Rules can be broken, but you still need to know them to break them, right? Okay, let's see who's over in the Instagram world. Come on over. If you are in Instagram, come on over to the YouTube channel. Check us out in YouTube. Just go to Ron Lewis Photos. Click on live, and you will be with us in this lesson, and you will have a better viewing experience. Okay, this also can be found in my Patreon page, stories. Okay, right there. And so Patreon. And but anyway, here we go. Mastering leading lines in photography. Next. Today, let's dive into the art of using leading lines to enhance your compositions. Leading lines are a powerful tool. Oh, hold on. Now you probably said, why did I go? Because the sirens in New York have been just crazy. I live in a siren zone. Hopefully you're not hearing it, but it is. I just wanted to deafen that sound because it was very loud. Okay, let's get back to the lesson. Sorry about that, guys. New York City. Whew, Lord have mercy. Okay, leading lines are a powerful tool that can guide your viewers' eye through your photo, creating depth and drawing attention to your main subject. Ah, yes. Next. What are leading lines? What are leading lines? Leading lines are lines within an image that lead the viewer's eye from one part of the composition to another. These lines can be anything from roads, rivers, and fences to shadows, architectural elements, or even a row of trees. Right? You can get that. What are leading lines? You can use many things for leading lines to draw your eye to your subject. Next, why use leading lines? Like you see this young lady, she's jogging. Do you see the leading lines in the picture? Do you see the leading lines? They're subtle, but they're there. Direct attention. 1. They naturally guide the viewer's eye to the focal point of your image. 2. Add depth. They create a sense of depth and dimension, making your photos more dynamic. 3. They help they help in structuring your composition, making it more engaging and visually appealing. As you can see, like you see this woman right here, right? She's jogging towards us. But look at the leading lines. See all these lines going towards her? They're like little arrows, subliminally. They're subliminal arrows taking your eyes in. It pulls you into the center. It's subliminal. It's helping you. It's helping you to engage with the photo, right? It's helping you engage with the subject. Next one. Well, some types of leading lines. You have vertical lines. These lines stretch from the bottom to the top of the frame, adding height and grandeur. You have number 2, horizontal lines. From left to right, from right to left. Horizontal lines. These lines move from one side to the frame to another, creating stability and calm. And then you have diagonal lines, like we saw with the runner. These lines introduce movement and dynamism, leading the eye through the image in a more dynamic way. Right? So there we go. Look at that. Also, you can see here also there's a curve. You can use curves too, and we can get into that another time, but you can see how you see the train here and you see the curve and it moves you towards the sunset, but this is the subject. You see the lines are coming in, these vertical lines that you see, vertical lines coming down, horizontal lines moving in, more horizontal lines here, horizontals. You see the lines. The lines continue to act as arrows, acting as arrows. Next, here's one that's really plain. This is one that's right. You can see this. This is an obvious one. Tips for using leading lines. Look for natural lines. Rivers, paths, street lines are great natural leading lines. Use architectural elements. Buildings, bridges, roads can provide strong, clear lines. 3, experiment with angles. You know, I'm always talking about move around, but use the angles. Change your perspective to see how different angles can create new leading lines. Okay? And you see that, like you see these lines? See all the lines leading you to the light? All the road lines, the snow lines, all of this. Look at that. That's quite obvious, right? Combined with other techniques using leading lines alongside other compositions, techniques like the rule of thirds for even more impact. Any questions so far? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Are we ready to move on to the next one? Okay, no questions. I don't see any questions. All the experts in the building. Everyone's an expert on leading lines. No questions. Okay, here's the one. Here's the example. Images. A photo of a city street where the lines of the building and the road converge toward a stunning sunset. The lines guide the viewer's eye directly to the vibrant colors of the sky, making the sunset the star of the show. Right? You see these lines coming in? Even the tree coming in, these lines moving towards from the building of the Colosseum. Thomas says, just taking it in. Just taking it in. Okay, brother. Okay. Now here's some examples, guys. What's the subject? I'm going to ask you questions. I want you to tell me what's the subject in this picture. So we're going to go through several pictures, and I want you to tell me what is the subject. What is the subject? Okay, what is the subject, y'all? Somebody who's going to answer this question. What is the subject? What is the photographer trying to tell you about this, about the subject? What is the subject? Okay, no answers. Crickets. It's crickets in the room. Okay, that's okay. It is. Think about it. It's the unity. It's the hands. All of the hands coming together. Teamwork. Thank you. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Ms. Cummins. Teamwork. Tom says the sun is where their eyes goes, but people are reaching together as a team. There we go. Look, you see all the hands coming together, all of the lines coming together, all the people coming together. That's the subject. That's the subject. Okay, good job, guys. Next, who's the subject? Where are the lines leading to? Come on, y'all. This one is easy. Who or what is the subject? Who or what in this picture is the subject? What is the composition? What is this photographer trying to tell you? Okay. Anybody? Anyone? Anyone out there? Come on. This is an interactive. This is interactive. I don't want to just be talking. I want you guys to be involved. This is our time together. We're learning together. Who's the subject? Who or what is the subject in this picture? The lumber and the man who work with it. Ah, now Janine, that was an interesting observation. The composition. Remember, what does composition do? Composition helps you tell your story, right? The composition of a picture helps you tell your story. So she gathered all the lumber. When you see those leading lines are being used, but yet at the same time, the subject is the man and how he works with this lumber. Yeah, Tom says, perfect. Let me just put that up. I gotta share that one. I have to share. I gotta share Jenny. She says, the lumber and the man who works with it. Tom says, perfect. A man and his world. Ooh, look at that. I love it. I love hearing your responses. What's going on here? What are the leading lines and what's the subject? And what is happening here? What is happening here? Oh, Jeannie says on the last photo, let me go back. Even though the lumber is out of focus, it is important. Exactly, because it gives you the hint to the story. Okay. The coverage lines lead to the center. Horizontals stop you at the main. Ooh, Tom. Look at this photo. Look at this photo. What is the subject? Good morning, Rashawn. Welcome to class. Right? What about this picture? You see that the lines are pulling you not only to the subject, but it's making you want to go down the line of every door because the lines are taking you down. Like you see the lines. Oh, let me get my lines here, right? The lines are coming in and going at an angle, right? You see that line coming down from an angle. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I'm going to put the cursor there. Can you see that? Can you see that? Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So what's the subject? What's the subject? Okay. What's the subject? What's the subject? I can't move on until someone answers. I can't move on until someone answers. We're in this together. Okay. What's the subject? And how is the subject being assisted by the composition of the lines? We are talking leading lines for that people that are just joining. Our subject today for now is the leading lines. Leading lines in photography. Mastering leading lines in photography. Thank you. I see Fifi says architecture. Yes. Look at the architecture. It's telling the viewer, keep looking. Keep looking. Not just one thing, but keep looking. Here's another one. Janine said, orange doors. Look at the repetitiveness of the orange doors. Do you know there's a composition called rhythm? This also has another composition in it called rhythm. Bing, 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 bing. It's like music. Remember, like a crescendo, like the loud, bah, and then it fades out. Music and photography have a lot in common. I guess that's why I like going to the orchestra. That's why I like going to chamber music during the fall. There's some similarities in the music, the composition of music and the composition of photography. Here's another one. Tom says the bright doors and the pattern lead you into the shot. Oh, look at this one. Tom says the curves bounce from door to door. I like this. I like you guys. You see how much fun we had when you participate? Ah, look at this one. Fifi says contrast of designing the design patterns. There you go. This is how we learn when we learn as a group. We learn more when we engage more. Next one. Leading lines. Who is the subject? Who is the subject? And how is composition aiding the subject? Are you seeing the leading lines? Can you see the leading lines? Where are the leading lines? They're everywhere, but I want y'all to tell me, where are the leading lines? Who's the subject? Oh, yes, yes, Omar. Omar took a lot of great photos in leading lines. He did take some good ones. Yes, indeed. But who? Who is the subject? Who is the subject in this picture? Who is the subject? And how does the photographer make you know he or she or it is the subject? I'm trying not to give you the answer. Who is it? Who is it? Come on, y'all. Come on. Oh, come on. Someone in the room. Someone. Who is the subject? Okay, there we go. Thank you, Tom. Again, converging lines leading to the horizontals that stop you at the kid. Sorry to have to leave to get to work. Good day, everyone. But yes, it's the leading lines. Look at the lines on the counter. Look at the leading lines on the drawers. Look at the leading line from the oven. Look at the leading lines from the counter. Look at the horizon lines coming in. Look at the vertical lines coming from the cabinets. Right? Look at all of that. And this is going to help you when you construct your next or create your next photo, how to use leading lines to make your photo more attractive, to tell your story better. There you go. Rashawn says the kitchen cabinets. That's right. Okay. Felicia says, boy in blue. Even the dishwasher is pointing at him. Exactly. I said oven by mistake, right? It's dishwasher, right? The door of the dishwasher is pointing towards the young kid. Okay. And there it is. Tom says it too. And the door points at him. Hey, Dr. Tachi, welcome. Yes, we are talking leading lines. And Dr. Tachi says, that's my favorite. Hey, y'all. Okay, next one. Now, this one is pretty obvious. Now, I want you to know, what is the subject? What is the subject? And what is the composition of leading lines? What are they? What are the leading lines? Where are they coming from? What's happening? Where can you see them? Some are not so obvious. Some are not so obvious. The shed is the subject. Yes, right. Dr. Tachi says the shed is the subject. The field. What is the field? What is the field? Is the field the composition of leading lines? Is that what the photographer is using here? I would think so. Right? And you can also see it in the cloud. If you're able to see that faint line in the cloud, look at that. That's a line leading you to the shed. What are you going to call it? The tree leads you to the shed. This cloud line is leading you to the shed. There's some obvious ones, and there's some faint and secondary lines. Remember, we talked about the horizon. Look at the horizon. They're using the horizon to take you to the subject. Look at that. Look at that. Yes, the lavender pointing to the shed. Look at that. Okay, next one. You guys did good on this one. That was great. That one was easy, right? That one was easy. Leading lines. Here we go. What's happening here? Where are the leading lines? Where are the leading lines? And who is the subject? We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm going to beat this into your heads. We got just a couple more photos and then we're done. But I want you to see the different ways of using leading lines. You can use leading lines in nature like we just saw. You can use leading lines with furniture, architecture, streets, lamps, curves, curbsides. Okay, what's the subject here, y'all? Come on, students. Come on in here. Come on, tell me. Tell me, what is the subject here? What is the subject? And then, where are the leading lines? Thank you, Dr. Tachi. The subject are the people, right? Could be a mom and daughter, could be a teacher and student, we don't know that much. We just know that the people in the center are the subject. But where are the leading lines? Y'all tell me, where are the leading lines? There are so many of them. I need you to tell me, at least someone give me a couple of them. Look at the leading lines. Where are they? Where are they coming from? That are leading you subliminally, right? The lines of the couch. Thank you. That's one. The lines of the couch lead to them. Exactly. Look at that line. The back edge of the couch, the fold of the couch. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Janine says, the couch, the walls, and window frame. Ding, 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 ding. I want you to see that. The window frame, the vertical line used coming down, the horizontal line coming in of the frame. Even, did y'all notice the book? Did you notice the book? Did you notice the direction of the book? It looks like the point of an arrow. Do y'all see all these leading lines in there? The book is also a leading line. I don't think that was too obvious to you, but there it is. Yes, the book, making a triangle, making an arrow point, the point of an arrow is pointing to her. All of these leading lines moving in, lines moving in. Okay. Here's another good one. Here's a goodie. Who is the subject? Who is the subject? And where are the leading lines? Where are the leading lines? Okay, good. Dr. Tachi says the man with the umbrella is the subject. Okay, we established that. Now, where are the leading lines? Where are the leading lines? The lines of the building. Yes, the lines of the building. Yes, you see them coming in from the left and coming in from the right, coming in from above. The lines of the buildings. The lineup of the dumpsters. Oh, thank you, Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi's breathing. She's alert. Anyone else in the building, alert. The fire escapes. Exactly. That's what I was saying. All this coming down, coming in. Here's another one right here, coming in. Looking for the leading lines. Would you say that the photographer is also using the reflection of the man in the water on the street? His reflection is another arrow pointing inward. Yes. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Oh, sorry, I got too fast, got too quick. There you go. Also, his shadow on the ground. Yes. Janine says the West Street. You can see that. You can see the lines in the West Street. This is a great photo, y'all. This is a great photo. I love this photo. Omar says, one of the key factors in creating images like these is taking time with your composition. You just cannot run and gun images like these. Absolutely. This is a well thought out photo. This is what we say in photography: create your image. Create your image. We don't know if this person is just randomly walking down the street. He just happens to see this person. Or did he tell this person, you know what, I want to take this great shot. I want you to stand here and I want you to be in this spot. I want to place you here and then I'm going to take the photo. We don't know the full story. We just know that the outcome, the story of the photo, is a beautiful, brilliant, created piece of work. Yes, the street. Remember we talked about the horizon line? You see that there's a little horizon right back here, horizon. Look at that. That's beautiful. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Omar, for sharing that. That was good. Next one. Not so obvious, but there's some obvious points. What is the subject and what leading lines are being used to showcase the subject of this skyline here? You guys are getting involved now. You guys are participating. I see your participation. Come on, y'all. Come on. What is it? It's subtle. Not everyone can see it, right? The Empire State Building is the subject. You got that right, Dr. Tachi. The Empire State Building is the subject. However, what are the leading lines toward? Oh, David got it. He saw it. David says the shadow line. You see the shadow line? You see the shadow lines coming in, going in, and then pointing up? Look at that. The shadow line. Thank you. Thank you. The shadow line. Not so obvious. And you can even see it subtly also in the buildings. Look at this line here. Look at this line. Look at this line moving you in. Look at this line moving you in. Look at the cloud moving you in. Sometimes you get a cloud, a renegade cloud. There you go. There you go. Thank you, guys. Next one. We're almost done. It's easy. Here we go. Where's the subject? Right? You can see this is pretty obvious. The domino, and then you see the lines leading towards it. Then you see the lines from the back leading towards it, right? That one's really easy. That one's really easy. Take it to another one. Here's another easy one, right? You see the leading lines. They're obvious. Obvious leading lines right here. Okay. I'm going to go through these. And then last but not least, leading lines. He is the leading line. Okay? So, there you have it. There you have it. Here's another one. Look at this one. Ooh, if I could only be here. If I could only be. But look at the mountains. Look at the reflections. Look at the line. What is the subject? The sunset. What is the composition? Is these lines of the mountain in composition, creating a story of calm. Remember we talk about the horizontal lines create calm. Vertical lines create calm. Right? That's composition. Next one. In conclusion, here are some cool tips to help you with the composition of leading lines. Remember, the power of creating great images is in your hands. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more photography tips and tricks. See you next week on Tip Tuesday. Happy photographing. There you go. Did you learn anything today? Did you learn anything today? Let me know. Let me know. If you learned something today, please put it inside the comments. If you learned something today, put it in the comments. If you are thankful for learning, you can put that in the comments too. Right? That's what this is all about. It's about you learning. It's about you learning. And I hope this platform continues to help you learn about photography and the importance. Photos, great photos, are not just clicked. You don't just walk up and snap. Most great photos, 99.9%, are created. Created because you know the rules. You know the rules, and you start to use them in creating great composition. That is how you become a better photographer. Learn composition. Learn the rules. Learn them, and they become your instinct. Like Omar just walks down the block and just says, "Ron, stand here." Because it's instinct. Instinct. You do it enough, it becomes instinct. Do it enough, it becomes rudimental. Just doing it. Janine says, yes, it made me look at leading lines a little differently. That's what it's about. Look at that. Dr. Tiger says, look for the subtle subjects in photos. Rashawn says, wow. Right? Okay. I hope this meant something to you this time here. Again, you can find me here on Instagram, on YouTube here for you, and you can check out my work on Instagram or on my page. You can go to my website if you want to do that. But most important, make sure you remember to like, subscribe, and share this platform. And I look forward to our next time together in teaching more photography. Next week, we'll have another subject. I can't wait to share it, but we'll get closer to share it. I won't share it now. But we got a lot of great composition and different topics we want to talk about. There's so much to talk about in photography, and you can learn too. Rashawn says, I learned about leading lines. There you go. Yes, you did. Okay. David Mascaro said, that's why I shoot film. It slows me down. That's true. Very true. People that shoot film are very intentional. You can't just, it's digital. You can click, erase, click, erase, and keep trying to get it right. Film, not so. You have to be intentional, and you have to know your rules. You have to understand your rules, know the rules, so you can do it in the one click. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, we may have a special guest. I'm trying to see if that's going to happen tomorrow. If not, we'll have our water cooler day. Either way, we'll be together. We're going to have a great time tomorrow. And I will see you. Okay, I think I can do my exit stage left.